I said to Blue Ridge Mama, I'm like, man, not going to have too much to ship tonight. Maybe I can get some listing done. And within 10 seconds, we heard a cha-ching. And over the next hour, I think we heard 7 or 8 more. And then a couple more since I've been down here pulling items. So hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. We have a couple of special guests in the eBay cave tonight because we had a Homeschool Hustlers sale. And since Reagan and Turner aren't here tonight, I decided I would ask Ray and Miles Morales if they would join us, and they said sure, no problem. Do I have to pay you too? Do I gotta pay you, or do I give it to Reagan and Turner? I should probably just pay you two, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Miles Morales, would you tell us who you have right there?
Charlie Brown.
Charlie Brown. And do you remember, Ray, how much that sold for?
$12.41.
$12.41, and we paid a quarter for it. So you figure $2 in fees, it's gonna cost about $3.50 to ship, and a quarter for $5, $6. We'll make close to $7, $6.50 to $7 profit on that, and it can't break in shipping, and that's enough. $7 is enough to give each of you $1, as long as you pass it. As long as you pass it on to the right folks. What are you doing, Miles Morales? Oh my goodness, it's not Miles Morales, it's Turner Morales, huh?
But I'm still Ray.
But you're still Ray.
No, it's Reagan.
It's Reagan. There you go, Reagan. All right. So we're going to give you each $1. We're going to put $1 in the bank, and you're going to donate $1. All right? Sounds like a plan to me. What do you think?
Yep.
Tell them, say, don't forget to subscribe below.
Don't forget to subscribe below.
Say, and leave us a comment. Say, what are you doing? What are you dressing up for this Halloween?
Yeah, I'm dressing up for this dude at my house. Yeah, and she is dressing up for
All right,
this.
if you have kids or grandkids out there, tell us what they're dressing up for. That way we can look for what to buy and sell next year.
Bye.
Hello everybody, welcome back to Commonwealth Picker. This is Kevin, and we are in the eBay cave, and we were having a really slow day. I said to Blue Ridge Mama, I'm like, man, not gonna have too much to ship tonight. Maybe I can get some listing done. And within 10 seconds, we heard a cha-ching, and over the next hour, I think we heard 7 or 8 more, and then a couple more since I've been down here pulling items. So we've had a really good day. We sold one item out of the Homeschool Hustler store. We probably put that at the beginning of this video, although I'm not sure. So we'll go ahead and tell you what sold. We sold $12.41 out of the Homeschool Hustler store, which we only have 40 items in that store. So if we sell 3 or 4 things a week, it's not too bad. I'm not too disappointed if that's what we're doing out of that store. The Commonwealth Picker store, we sold $386.69 worth of stuff. I think the last thing that just cha-chinged, we're going to wait till tomorrow to ship out, I think. I just recently put 2-day shipping and handling on my store for a couple of different reasons, but one is I am a little bit overwhelmed right now with a few things going on at school and eBay and YouTube, and I just thought I couldn't guarantee that I could get it all out, so I'm going to use that for the next week or so. And sales usually slow down for me at 2-day shipping and handling, so I love to have it at 1-day shipping and handling, but it's really kind of dangerous to your rating if you do 2-day ship or 1-day shipping and handling and you don't get items out. So I bumped it back to 2 for a little while until things calm down, and after I get a few things taken care of that I need to get done, a few little reports that I have to do, a few things for school, writing recommendation letters for all you students out there. Stop asking me, by the way. I think I've got enough. I'm kidding. You can ask me. Once I do that, I'll bump it back up. And I figured better to do that now than late October, the last few days into November. November is going to start selling really well, and I want to have 1-day shipping and handling. So I think it's a really good way to be competitive against other sellers. Although I will tell you, when I go on vacation, I'll bump it up to 10 days, and I still sell things. I bump it up to 5 days. I go up to 10 days right when I leave. I make it 7 when I'm there a couple days. I go down to 5 days shipping and handling when I have 3 days left. And we sold tons and tons of stuff at those high shipping and handling rates too, or times too. So there's a bunch of different ways to do it, and we'll try to explore those over the next weeks into the winter when we're not doing as much yard selling out there. All right, so let's take a look at what sold out of the Commonwealth Picker Store today. All right, here is an item that's been around for a long, long time. We paid 50 cents, I think. I paid 50 cents for this little GE bag. It's in really good shape. Thinking I could probably get around $20 plus shipping, and I kept dropping it and dropping it and dropping it. We ended up getting $17 free shipping, and thank goodness it's not going too far away, because that would have erased all of our profits. So it is finally out of here. We made about $5 and just about $6 on this because we had to keep dropping it down. So I would not have bought it again, but I thought since it was so clean and it had GE on it, somebody would buy it. Somebody eventually did, but we got a little less than I had hoped for. All right, so here's a good time to talk about returns. So if you watch this show regularly, you saw that I sold these Sash shoes about 10 days ago. And they were sold, and we got $25.80 plus shipping on these, and they were returned. The buyer said that the width was too wide. I'm like, well, when you buy a 10 wide shoe, well, at any rate, I didn't say anything. I just took the return, which is typically what I do unless there's some kind of fraud going on, I think. And they sent them back, and we resold them. We relisted them immediately, and they sold the same day. So we sold them for $25.80 again. So even with eating some of that cost, and we don't have to eat it all, obviously, but with eating the shipping costs on that, we are going to still make a profit of $9 on these shoes. So not the end of the world, not the way we like to do it, but you know, that's part of the business. And we hadn't had a return here in the eBay cave for almost 3 months. And we sell a lot of stuff, and we had 2 in the same day. So usually it happens in 3s, I tell my wife, but this time it only happened in 2s, knock on wood. So tomorrow I guess we'll get the 3rd. And both of them were not problems that I had. If they're problems that I had or that I did wrong, I usually fix it ASAP. So both times the buyer was unhappy, but it was really nothing of our doing. The other item hurt a little bit more. We lost a little bit more money. We still made money on the item, but we made a lot less than we would have. So here's the other item that I sold not too long ago, this piggyback rider, and it was brand new in the package, and so now it's new open package, and it had to be repackaged. It just said that it didn't fit their child the way that they wanted it to fit their child. So we took the return. It was a really good sale. It was like close to $100 sale, I believe, $109 or something like that. See if I can find it. And now that it was new open package, I had to relist it, and we listed it for $80. Well, we're into it for just a couple of bucks, I think, maybe 5 at the most. So we ate that shipping cost back and relisted it. We're still gonna make close to $50 on this, but we had a huge like $80 profit on it. So I'm still happy about it, and it is part of doing business, and you can't let that stuff detract from it. When you do tons and tons of volume, this stuff doesn't hurt that bad. When you're only selling 3 or 4 things a week and you get a return on this, it really kind of gives you a bad taste in your mouth. While we're talking about that subject, why don't you resellers out there give me your horror stories in the comments. Sometimes they're some awful stories, and it's not necessarily bash on eBay time. eBay, I've found that eBay usually does the right thing, but there's a great deal of times where they don't do the right thing in some situations, but lately I think it's been improving. So don't bash eBay in your comments. You feel free to, but in this particular one, leave some comments below and let us know your horror stories as far as returns. You know, not getting the right item back, or the item was destroyed or broken on the way back, those kind of things. Because it happens, and I want the new resellers out there to realize, hey, it's not the end of the world. This stuff happens, and you have to kind of build it into your cost a little bit. And also, at times, you need to know how to fight it. You need to know how to fight it against the buyer, if need be, if you think there's fraud or abuse involved, and how to work with eBay. So, at any rate, leave your comments and let us know if you have any of those horror stories out there. I have a Liberty Thermafit here, and it's a baseball sweatshirt, so that hits a little close to home there. Size large Thermafit, and it is in pretty darn good shape. I don't see any major flaws with it at all, Blue Ridge Mama, I think, I listed this one. $28 free shipping. So it'll be going out today, and it's a pretty nice profit. We probably paid $3 for it. I don't remember getting it at the Goodwill. So I think it came from that massive Liberty lot, and we probably paid $3 on it. All right, so here's the Pyrex Spring Blossom butter dish, and I think we paid a couple of bucks for it with a salt and pepper shaker, one that I broke, and another one that was intact. And we sold the one that's intact. We're selling the top to the other one and selling this one off, and we sold it for $10 plus shipping. And so it'll be about a $6 profit on this item right here, which is nothing special, but I think Thrifting 101 would be proud of me out there. I hope you will be anyways. I never used to sell stuff like this, but occasionally when I see it now, especially after those Pyrex butterprint bowls not too long ago, especially after that profit, now I'm looking a little bit closer and learning a lot too. So here's a Buffalo Wild Wings shirt. If you remember, we sold a brand new Chick-fil-A shirt for some pretty good money. This is a size small, which makes it a little bit less desirable. The mediums and the larges sell a little bit better. And it's got a couple of condition issues that I didn't see when I bought it. Nonetheless, I only paid 50 cents for it, and it sold for $10 free shipping. It's really light, so it'll be about a $5 profit. And we had a couple of them, I think. All right, I did not sell this shirt yet. I just wanted to show Rideshare Reseller. It's a size large. It's a vintage large, so that means translates to a medium, but I might be able to fit into this thing, and this might be what I wear here for losing our Rams-Niners bet. And I didn't even buy this. I had this the whole time, and I saw it in my store. I'm like, hey, that might work for my bet. So I'll try it on this week, and maybe you'll see it next week. We're continuing to sell these Hot Wheels Crisscross Crash. This is replacement ramp B, and we haven't sold one of these yet, and it sold for $10. And so we're making, $5-6 every time we sell one of these things. I think this is the 5th one we've sold, so I can't thank Blue Ridge Mama enough for being smart enough to look that thing up, and instead of donating the whole thing to the Goodwill, we ended up selling parts of it off, and we'll end up making close to $50 on this item. All right, so here's a Cabbage Patch. This is a Koosas. Cabbage Patch Kids Koosas. I think I'm pronouncing that right. That was my era, but I was never a big Cabbage Patch person. And it has a few little conditions. There's a marking right there and a few little things that I didn't take a lot of time cleaning it up. And so that may explain why it lasted as long as it did, but it sold for $10 plus shipping. I have not ever had much success with Cabbage Patch Kids. I've sold some over the years. I haven't taken the time to really learn the value of certain ones over others, because some that I look up are worth like nothing. It's not even worth the time. And some have some value. So if you're a Cabbage Patcher out there and you resell Cabbage Patch, tell us in the comments what we should be looking for, what the other viewers should be looking for out there. What's a good thing to buy and what's not a good thing to buy. I just heard another cha-ching, so what's sold now? This must be a Blue Ridge Mama thing. Paragraph leather something. Vest, men's vest. Have no idea what it is, so I'll have to check that out. All right, bought a set of backgammon. These are the bigger ones. They sell a little bit better. They're 1 1/4 inch, and there's some that are 1 1/8 inch that are the common ones. The bigger ones, 1 1/4 inch, sell a little bit better, and there's a set of 30, 15 of each, and the brown are speckled. And I sell these off a lot of times, and I'll sell the cups and dice off as well separately. This sold for $12.65. So if I can pick them up for under $2, I'll do it. Because just selling the chips off themselves without the cups, without the dice and the instructions, which I sell separately for about the same price, you can end up making about $6 or $7 profit just on these, and then sell the other parts off for just profit. So you end up making $10 to $15 profit on 2 listings, and they're really easy and they don't break. And before you go out there buying this stuff, it is kind of long tail. It's not something that necessarily sells quickly. I've had some sets in there that sit and sit and sit, depending on color and who's looking. And you really have to undercut the prices out there, or they will sit. There are people that list them for like $15 and they just won't sell. And I usually undercut people's prices by 15 to 20 cents to get them to sell. That one sold really quick. I think I listed it this morning and it sold. So pretty happy with that. All right, so this says Nike Avenger, and it's got a tag. It's a woman's, and it's $60 tag on it. And it's some kind of, I think, running. It says warm-up training pant. It's got zipper and pockets, and it's Nike. And I thought Blue Ridge Mama bought it, listed it, took the pictures of it and listed it. She definitely took the pictures of it and listed it, but she tells me she didn't buy it, and I don't remember buying it. So I must have bought it at a yard sale, and my guess is I probably paid around $5 for it. It sold for $25, which is going to be about a $12, $13, maybe $14 profit, depending on how many ounces this thing is. All right, this must definitely be a Blue Ridge Mama buy. It's kind of nice, actually. It's really nice material for a men's small cardigan polo sweater. And it sold for $17 plus shipping. It was probably a Goodwill buy. I see the little hole up here. So I think Blue Ridge Mama bought this at the Goodwill, and which means she paid $4 for it total. And it sold for $17 plus shipping. And the shipping looks like it's a ton. So might have to, I don't know how that's working out. It's like $11 shipping in this. This will definitely go on a padded flat rate, so I'm gonna have to check that out. But just let's say it's over 17. We're you know, this is a $12, $13 profit minimum on this polo. So that's a nice little sale for Blue Ridge Mama. Here's a Liberty shirt. This is from a couple years ago, and it looks like it was never worn. I remember buying a bunch of these for $1/4 a piece. And it did not sell at $10, which is usually what we put them up for. Did not sell at $10, and it was out there for a long, long time. So I decided just to drop the price down to $8.81, and it sold the next day. So it's not a great profit. It's about a $3 profit. One more Liberty item, and these were stadium giveaways at a football game a few years back, and I come across them here in town. And that's something, you know, figure out what's local to you. It's a local minor league team. Colleges are good. Colleges aren't as great. Liberty happens to be a good college because most of the people who go there don't live in the area, and they go back to their place wherever they're from as opposed to staying. You know, it's a private university, and most of the population isn't from Virginia. So I sell a lot of this stuff to Pennsylvania and a lot of it to North Carolina. Matter of fact, there's one city in North Carolina that I sell a bunch to, so I had to figure out that connection. And I usually pick these up for 50 cents, maybe $1. They're really light, and I sell them for about $16. This one sold for $15.81, and I usually have some in store here, and I kind of control the market on these. A lot of times you look on there, I'm the only one who's selling them. So $15.81, let's say we paid $1, $4.70. You're making about $8 to $9 profit every time I sell one, and I sell probably 10 a year. So not bad. All right, we're getting down to the nitty gritty on this retail arbitrage Walmart item, and we bought them for $3.67, and we've sold a bunch now for $15. So not a huge profit. We're making about $11 on these things after shipping and fees and all that stuff, which isn't bad. Let's say $10 on it, and I think we bought 5, and there's one left. So, you know, it's $50. It's pretty easy. They're pretty small. And definitely worth, I think, the investment in letting them sit around. If there was 50 of them, I would have bought 50 of them, but there was only 5. All right, so thanks a lot for joining us again, and thanks so much for putting us over 2,000. The video that should be the video for the 2,000 subscriber giveaway should be out already. I hope it is by this point. We'll have 2,100 before I get that video out. I just want to say thanks to everybody out there who's been so kind and supporting the program. And if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell, and you can get alerts, and you can take a look at us whenever we send a video out, which is pretty often. We send a video out pretty much every day. So hopefully we can keep that up, and hopefully Blue Ridge Mama doesn't kill me for it. So at any rate, thank y'all for joining us. We'll see you next time.